tres letras. BTA. Well, Thomas Anderson, como dice, like Leo is saying, he creates a real original story, unpredictable, full of humanity, humor. Every character is three-dimensional, even the bad guys. And he explores the human condition in this great, action-driven, charging story. That's the first thing. And then it's the cast, which is Leo was attached to it. I've always wanted to work with Leo. Sean Penn is one of those actors that I've also admired since I first started. And then Tiana Taylor, Regina Hall, and then this one over here was a bucket of lightning. She lights up that screen, and it was a pleasure to work with her.
It's a beautiful description. Thank you for sharing that with me. And Paul, we all know here, we are all big fans of your work, that you have traveled so many different worlds and concepts, from fashion, oil, young love, cults, even porn. So now you decide to tell a story of a father and a daughter in the middle of drama and comedy at the same time. So what basically led you to this path in this new creative process for you?
Well, quite obviously and quite honestly, I have children of my own. I have 3 daughters, so it was very easy for me to connect to Bob. It was very easy for me to cherish Willa and feel deeply about her, and to write a scenario like this, it was not far away from my life. I don't sit around smoking pot all day on the couch, like Bob or something like that. But I think any parent always feels a little bit like a failure, and always, those first years of fatherhood are so magical, and then they start to turn into this, and they have their own minds, their own yearnings, their own desires, and in that kind of transition of letting them blossom into that, it was very easy for me to understand. It was very close to my fingertips. So, we have a lot of wonderful characters in this movie, terrific kind of supporting players, but the heart of the movie is where my heart is with the two of them.
Relationship, father.
That's right. Yeah.
Core. All right. So, Leo, there's something really interesting about the movie, and I don't know if you will agree, Paul, but I feel like it presents that laughter and pain are not necessarily opposites, but part of the same human experience. So I wanted to know, what did you discover in playing these scenes where you could both be in pain and also in laughter?
Well, the laughter came kind of naturally, the humor came naturally by the predicaments that Paul put in place. You have these traditional tropes for a character that you have expectations for, that a man coming from the world of espionage, being a revolutionary, is going to have all the right answers. How to be a father, how to get his daughter back. But he sets it up in such a real life circumstance where he's having an argument with his daughter when you first meet them 16 years later. He's trying to connect with the new generation, trying to be a good father, but they're not relating. And then the one singular idea that Paul set up, which doesn't make it a traditional sort of heroic character, is the fact that he can't even remember the password. He's a series of mistakes, but it's in his sheer act of moving forward and persevering that makes him heroic. And that was, I think, something that we kind of discovered as we went along. Every time we came to these very dramatic points, and Paul's very malleable with actors, he's open to new ideas. Every time we came to these very dramatic points of heroism, we kind of decided to go the opposite direction, and then it culminates, without giving the ending away, in this very powerful scene between a father and a daughter, and his heroism is his sheer act of being there and being present.
And now that we're talking about the view you have, Paul, on the story and how you created it, well, it's the first time for some to work with Paul, well, for all of you. But this is a question for Chase. This is from CNN Brazil, from Nicole Bastos. She asks, Chase, this is your debut in cinema, surrounded by a star-studded cast and director. What did you learn from everyone that you will carry into your own career?
I feel like there was so much that I learned from everybody. Like I said earlier, Paul's sets are the ultimate masterclass, and he just gives you so much freedom to play and just experiment with everybody else. But getting to work opposite Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro, and then everyone who's not here, like Sean and Regina and Tayana, they all gave so many incredible performances, but showed so much compassion to everybody on set and really trusted each other. And Leo especially and Paul showed so much gentle leadership, and I think that all of those things that they taught me are very special to me, and I'm very grateful for all of them.
Thank you. And Benicio, can you share a little bit with us on how you created this very special world that your character lives in? Sensei, please. Thank you.
It all comes from the script. I think Paul had the beginning of the character and the ending of the character. We explored the whole journey of the character, and together we just came up with what you see. Part of that is that Paul loves the process of the actor, and also did something that was very cool too, which he brought a lot of non-actors to participate with us as actors. And I've seen it described that my character is a leader, and perhaps the seed of that really started when we were forced to include these non-actors to participate and believe what we actors need to convey. So Leo and myself, we had to be leaders for these non-actors to follow us. And I think we achieved that. And I think that sparked the chemistry between Leo's character and my character. And if I may add, the whole idea is, I think Sensei is the perfect friend. And I know Paul a little bit, and he's got a lot of friends. He's very loyal with his friends. You can see here how he dedicates the film to the first AD, Adam Sumner. And so, I think everything comes from his, and he just allows the actor to bring yourself into it, to help it, become real.